on the road. This is presented by our friends at Show X. We're here at the Cutting Room in Midtown Manhattan today with Becca Stevens. Becca Stevens, welcome back. Thank you for doing this.
Oh,
hey.
Real applause. Thank you, Brad. Good to be back.
We're so happy to have you here on the stage. I mean, we've crossed paths a number of times, whether it's at Capitol Theater, at any iteration of the Paste Studio. Nobody could have anticipated that these would be the circumstances under which we met this time, but here we are, and we're super happy to have you. Thank you.
I'm so glad to be looking at you and hearing your voice here in this moment and to be back on Paste. And yeah, thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, it means a lot to be able to do this. It's hard to do this. Times are super weird, and here we are, and we're about to share a lot of your music with the internet right now. What do you feel like playing first?
I'm going to start with a song called Tillery that I used to open up my live sets with, and tonight, this song is dedicated to Stephen Lenz. La 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 la. La 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 la. The dark emerging trees from the new winter wood are lovelier than leaves, as cold is also good. The heart's necessities includes the interlude of frost-constricted peace on which the sun can brood. La 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 la. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen side. The strong and caustic air that strikes us to the bone blows till we see again the weathered shape of home. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen side. Dusk settles in later this time of year. Fireflies, nighttime's chandelier. Night'll come as days must end, but soon the sun will rise again. La 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 la. Sadness shreds and layers, leading us here. Springtime's winter souvenir. Winter clothes and winter fears. Winter weight is so last year. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen side. I think what makes spring so sweet, la la la, not the roses, but beneath
that everything must go so soon. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen sod. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout and may we sing. May we shout and may we sing. May we shout and may we sing. Blessed thou, O Holy Spring.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Becca. Thank you for that dedication. That's, I think it's a perfect time to talk about the importance of community when during these times when everything is absolutely insane. I mean, I know some of your New York music family. I mean, the Ground Up family and Michael and everybody and David Crosby. And that's one community that I know about. And we met each other through the New School community and through that documentary, the New York Love Songs.
That's right.
And so between those two and any other family that you're a part of, can you talk a bit about how you've been able to lean on them or they lean on you during this time that everything's completely upside down?
Ground Up has gotten me through the last 6 months. Eric Lenz and Jamie and Michael. I mean, Michael's gotten me through the last 10 years, Michael League. So many opportunities that I've had in my life have come through him and him believing in me as an artist. And also I've leaned on him as a friend so many times too when I'm having a tough time making a decision. I really admire Michael's business mind, and it makes total sense that I would end up, on that label in that family because I feel most at home there. And so I wanted to actually dedicate the whole set tonight to Eric, who lost his father this morning to COVID suddenly. And so this whole set tonight goes out to the Ground Up family, but especially to Eric, who's suffering today. And
Nice. Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you taking your time to do it and spending it with us. You've always been very generous with your time, and I'm enjoying this very, very much. Thank you for doing it and for dedicating it that way. This means a lot to us. So, and there's a lot more coming up. What do you feel like doing second today?
I'm going to play Eric's favorite. This one's called 105, and it's from this record, Perfect Animal, which came out in 2015 on Universal. And this one is a setting of a poem by a wonderful poet named Jane Tyson Clement, who I had the honor of collaborating with her publishing house a couple years ago for the release of a book of her poetry called The Heart's Necessities, with a foreword by me and commentary by me as well. So this is called 105. It's named after the page number of the poem.
things to be remembered when the heart is old and many words are waiting before the tale is told. And many hawks are lunging upon the summer air, and still the mice are creeping, and still the world is fair. A necessary evil is portioned to the heart. We might as well acknowledge the devil from the start. And know the hasty blossom as swiftly will decay, while other flowers are waiting to grace a forward day. It is foolish to have wisdom and folly to be blind, to see and take and question must nourish any mind. Reserve a quiet judgment until the heart is old, when fewer words are needed before the tale is told. A necessary evil is portioned to the heart. We might as well acknowledge the devil from the start. Unnecessary evil is portioned to the heart. We might as well acknowledge the devil from the start, and know the hasty blossom as swiftly will decay, while other flowers are waiting to grace a forward day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This sounds wonderful.
Thanks.
Feels it's very, very special to be here under these circumstances. Thanks again. And so I've learned relatively recently that project, a band called Mirrors,
Woo woo.
exists, and Louis Cato was just on that very stage moments ago, and started to tell us about it. And I know that you and Louis and Michael had lot of hoops to jump through in order to make this thing happen in Portugal that he was telling us about. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that process was like and how you feel it came out?
One of the few hidden blessings of 2020 was that it gave us time to finish projects and to create projects because nobody was on the road. And so Justin Stanton, incredible composer, keyboard player, singer now, and member of Snarky Puppy and member of the Ground Up family, he put together this concept album of 5 songwriters meeting in Portugal. Each songwriter writes a song with the other person, with each of the other people, and you end up with 10 songs, all written in a 2-week period where we were together in person. I mean, originally this period I think was held in his schedule to go on vacation, but we'd been sitting in our apartments all year long, and he was like, I want to play. I want to see my friends. I want to create. So he put this together, and we wrote 10 really awesome songs, and Nick Hard was there recording, and Justin and Nick are actually mixing right now, and the record sounds incredible. But yeah, there were a lot of hoops. It took us... I was flying with Lewis and with my husband, Nate, and it took us like a solid 3 or 4 days to get there because of issues with the COVID testing and at the airport and missing flights. And, it was hard to get there. And we finally pulled up in the van. We just like fell to pieces seeing our friends and getting to... I mean, I had been in my apartment for months before that without seeing anyone. So to get to see all my friends, it was just awesome.
Yep. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that you got to break up the quarantine and the isolation with that. I mean, that's about the farthest other end of the spectrum as possible. So that's just amazing to have gotten to do that. And it's coming out the spring-ish, summer-ish. Am I making that up, or does that sound right?
I would say summer because, or even fall, because Ground Up is putting out a record of mine where it's my music with string quartet and the Ataka string quartet, Grammy award-winning Ataka string quartet. That's in March, so I would imagine it's a few months after that. And I should know this, but I can't remember. And then there's another project that we did on that same trip a few weeks later that Michael and I are both in with the Secret Trio, and I think that's coming out early next year. So lots of amazing stuff coming through the Ground Up family. And big shout out to the Ataka Quartet and Becca Stevens record, which the release date is March 26th, right around the corner.
Wow.
And the first 2 songs that I played tonight are on that record, and so is the next song that I'm about to play.
Outstanding. We would love to hear it. It sounds like just an incredible flurry of activity after a period of inactivity, and then everything is out all at once. I guess that's how it happens sometimes.
That sounds like a great title for your memoirs.
I don't even remember what I just said.
An incredible flurry of activity during a period of inactivity. And it's just a picture of you on the toilet with your thumbs up.
Done. So you get your 15% right off the top.
Okay. I don't want any money. I just want to keep coming back and singing songs on Paste. I love Paste. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Becca.
So nice to hear real applause.
Yes.
It's not like just emojis 10 seconds behind, you know?
Yeah, we are at exactly 1% capacity of this club right now, and we've been doing our best to make it sound like 2%. Can we talk a little bit more? I mean, I know you to be a instrumentalist. You've played about, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 instruments in the various sessions and iterations of bands with Jacob Collier, with all of your projects. Did you, by any chance, use some of that time during the inactivity before the flurry of activity to learn anything new? Have you dived into to different instruments and? Have you learned any new ones? Anything stringed?
I have been diving very deeply into teaching as an instrument and understanding songwriting more deeply so that I can help other people to get past their blocks. And that has been I think my most time spent has been thinking about songwriting in a way that I never have before, or maybe in a way that I always have, but putting it into words that I haven't yet before, and trying to kind of map things out in a way that I never have before. Whoops, wrong string. That's what happens when I talk in tune.
So has then that verbalization process and just communicating it to others reprogrammed how it works in your own
Absolutely.
in your own songwriting?
To the degree that I'll be writing and struggling with something, and then I'll be like, ugh, Becca, take your own advice already. You know, like it will occur to me more quickly when I'm teaching than it does when I'm writing. Because when you're teaching someone else, you're only dealing with their critical mind, which is not loud and painful, as loud and painful as your own, you know? So it's easier, I think, in some ways to be the Sherpa than it is to be the grasshopper.
What has been that format? Did you get together is it like a songwriting circle kind of thing where there is where each other critique each other, or are you teaching like a proper classroom environment, class, or what does it look like for you?
It's more classroom. So I do a lot of one-on-one lessons, but then lately I've been really enjoying these 5-week-long courses, like songwriting courses with, there's a small class that's 15 people and then a large class that's 30. And I guide the way. And then we share the fruits of our labor on a shared on Discord, which is was originally a gaming platform, but it's perfect for this kind of thing. So, and it's kind of well timed. I mean, if I could get into anything at any weird year, this is the year for it, because people feel so disconnected right now. And songwriting is such a beautiful way of connecting with yourself, and then these songwriting courses are a beautiful way of like opening up and connecting with each other. So, yeah. Good.
Well, I'm glad that that's working for you. And before we move on to the next song, you brought a lot of music, physical copies of your music with you, and you are going to sign one or more, however many you choose to sign right now, and then we will give away those items to anybody who leaves a comment. Not anybody who leaves a comment. If you leave a comment below, you'll be entered to win this item that Becca is signing right now as we speak.
So the first one I'm going to sign into this camera here.
You're doing it great. That's exactly where it needs to be.
This is
maybe up a little bit.
This is the record Perfect Animal that the first 2 songs were on, both Tillery and 105. And I'm actually going to switch to silver here and make this extra special.
Wonderful. It's beautifully complimentary.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're doing it great.
So we got a thought bubble with a heart in it coming out of my head. And then we have a signature that didn't come out great, so I'm going to go over it again with another signature. It'll be like a double. 2 for the price of 1. Ooh, yeah, that's better.
Sweet. Comment below. We will ship that very item to you. I think we'll pick a winner next week and then get that out in the mail.
Beautiful. And then should I do them all now?
Yeah, it's your call, dealer's choice, whatever you'd like to do. I think we should do them all, right?
Yeah. I just meant like timing wise. I'm definitely giving all these things away. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let's take a look at them.
So this is Regina, which we didn't play anything from this tonight, but this is the most recent record before the one that just came out almost a year ago. What am I talking about? So Wonder Bloom is the new record.
It's still,
Regina's-
I mean, time has been so
been weird.
weirdly elastic.
Yeah.
It does seem like it just happened.
Yeah. So this was 2000.
17. The internet
17.
tells me 17.
You know what? I'm gonna take this off. And this one always gets a crown on my head, which again, you know, the problem with sitting in your apartment for a long time and not being on the road is you don't know which Sharpies still work.
I've got a paint pen over here that might do something.
This is way, way better. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I drew a crown. I'm gonna draw
Well
a
done.
heart, and then maybe a little talk bubble that says, "Thank you." And my signature.
Wonderful.
And one more just with the signature. Wonder Bloom. This is the new CD.
Which we are about to transition beautifully into a song from Wonder Bloom 4th, I believe. Let's see. Nice.
Okay. All right. You saw it here.
Every one of those landed perfectly, by the way. Exactly in frame.
Really?
Oh, yeah. As
It's
though we had
from-
practiced it.
Reading books to nieces and nephews. Lewis. Aw. Okay. All right. This is my last song that I had planned. Is that all right?
Oh, another song?
Huh?
Yeah, of course. You can
Oh.
play all night if you want to.
Okay.
This is the last
I mean,
thing
I'll
we
go
have.
as long as you want, but this is the last one I had planned.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't ever want to stop. So I missed playing music like this. And also shout out to the cutting room because
yeah.
this
yeah.
place is so beautiful, so amazing. Everyone who works here is just absolutely lovely. I had a birthday party here once. It was my birthday a year and a half ago. And also have done some Musicambia events here, which is my husband's nonprofit, amazing organization. Look it up, musicambia.org. But yeah, this is an awesome place, and thank you for opening it up to us tonight. This is perfect. So the last song I'm going to play is from Wonder Bloom, the new album. And it's a song that I wrote inspired by the life of a woman named Heather Heyer. I played this on the last Pace session I did with full band. And Heather was killed while peacefully protesting the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, back in 2017. And I had the deep honor and privilege of connecting with her real mother, with Heather's mother, Susan Bro, who's an awesome woman and an activist and just doing incredible things in the world. And I was connected with her through a writer. I was doing an interview about David Crosby related stuff with a wonderful writer for Forbes magazine named Micah Hendler, and he connected us, and we got to have a conversation on the podcast Braver Angels together. But anyway, now that I have connected with her, I feel like the song has come full circle, and I can see her face and sing it to both her and her mother, and it's a beautiful thing. So this is the last song on Wonder Bloom, and it's the last song that I planned for you tonight. This is called Heather's Letters to Her Mother. Thank you, all 5 of you, for listening and clapping. Lots of love. And to everyone else inside the cameras, thank you so much. Oh, let's turn this on. Why not?
got a new job keeping me happy, fighting for the rights of the ones who need it the most. It's what I always wanted to do. Finally living by the words I learned from you. That we've got nothing without love and one another. Hey ma, there was a new guy keeping me happy, but he had a problem being kind to people who don't look like him. And when I saw him looking down on my friends, I said, you'll never love me if you can't love them. And we've got nothing without love, so I let him go. We've got nothing without each other. Hey ma, the news is getting me down. We've got so far to go and too little love to go round. People are saying we don't deserve to be here. Well, this is not, no, this is not the America we know. So ma, we're gonna stand strong tomorrow, so every child is able to sing with new meaning of peace and love and liberty. Their home is ever lost till we let freedom ring. 'Cause we've got nothing without each other. Hey ma, I wish you could see the streets today. Oh yeah. We could cover so much ground when we hold each other up along the way. Everyone is proud to be here, 'cause liberty for you and me is the America we know. So ma, you got a new job from now on. You gotta finish my story, pick up from where I left off. And no, they can't quiet us down. And every time they try, we're gonna sing it out 1,000 times as loud. That we've got nothing without love. We've got nothing without love. That's your
part, Lewis. We've got nothing without love. And everybody at home, sing this part. We've got nothing without love. Stay on that part. This is not, no, this is not the America we know. This is not, no, this is not the America we know. This is not, no, this is not the America. This is not, this is not, this is not, this is not the America. Nothing without love. We've got nothing without Louis Cato on background vocals.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Louis, for adding the extremely distant background vocals. That was perfect, man. This has been a total pleasure. We're, it's a heavy and dynamic time right now. Everything is super weird. Thank you for your dedications today. And I mean, this whole set just makes me feel more human right now than I did 30 minutes ago, and so it's really important to have these little interludes of sanity and humanity during this time. I mean, it's heavy. So thank you very much for coming and providing that to us and to the internet as well.
Thank you, and also thank you to Andrew for the beautiful sound.
Andrew!
Yay! And thank you, Steve, wherever you are. Thank you, Cutting Room.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you in what iteration next? We have no idea, but I have no doubt that it'll be
Hawaii. Let's
done.
do Paste Hawaii. I want to be on that one whenever it happens.
All right. Well, I'll see you then. All right.